Hey everyone, it's Byler here, and today I'm gonna show you how you can set up your own studio on a budget. Whether you are a musician, producer, or someone who just needs a quiet space to work, a great sounding room is essential. I'll show you how I set up my own home studio and how you can too on a small budget. So, for you to have a home studio, you need a few things. First of all is your computer. In my previous video, I built my dream PC. It's a desktop PC. It's really powerful. This is where you're gonna do your whole thing. If you wanna buy a PC, try to buy the most powerful PC or laptop your money can afford. The second thing is a sound interface. I have the Focusrite Scarlett 2i4 second generation. If you're starting out, this audio interface is excellent. The third thing you need is headphones. I have the Beyer Dynamic DT 770 Pro 80 ohms. The fourth thing you need is of course speakers. I have the KRK Rocket 6 Gen 3. They're good for their price, but from what I have heard, they're not the flattest studio monitors on the market. KRK tends to have more bass, so they're not flat. If you want to mix and master, you need the flattest monitor you can buy. But I'll tell you later what you can do about that. The fifth thing you need is, if you sing or if you record things, you need a mic. All the mics are good. You can buy a $200 mic and it's perfect. I had that Rode NT1A. I still have it. It's perfect. Recently, I replaced it with a new mic. It's a Warm Audio WA8000. It's a tube mic that replicates the famous Sony C800G, that legendary mic. And the last thing you need, and maybe this is the most important thing for setting up a home studio, is acoustic panels. These things here and here. So what do you need acoustic panels? When you're recording or mixing music, echoes and unwanted sound reflections can really mess up the sound. What acoustic panels do is that they absorb these sound reflections, giving you a more professional result. So these panels are just a wooden frame filled with rock wool. Every slice is 1.2 meters by 60 centimeters and it's 7 centimeters thick. I put two slices, so it's 14 centimeters thick. And this is a huge mistake people do. I've seen so many people use these things here, and they think that this is gonna take care of the sound. When you want to absorb the whole spectrum, you just need more thickness. That means that if the thickness is like 1 centimeter, only the high frequencies will be absorbed. The bass frequencies, the low end frequencies, they won't. The more thick the panels are, the more bass will be absorbed in a way. I'll show you an example. Why do you want panels? So this is me inside the room. As you can hear, it's quite dry. Maybe you can hear a small echo that's from the ceiling up there. There's a gap, so you may hear the sound bouncing up and down. So, and if I go even further away, hey, it's so dry. If I go to a different room and do that, just hear the difference. And if you go to a smaller room, because this is actually quite big. This is the exact same room with mine, but with no acoustic panels. Yeah, that's the difference. So this is how it sounds if I play guitar in an untreated room. Feel my way through the darkness. But if you play the same thing inside here, and I'm quite far away from the mic, that's the thing. Feel my way through the darkness. So, the reason why you wanna have the driest sound is because, let's say when you record vocals, you wanna later in the mixing process, you wanna add reverb into your vocals. When you record them dry, you have the dry signal, it's only your voice. You can add as much reverb as you want. If you record your vocals into an echoey room, when you record, the mic will capture your voice, but it will capture and the reverb at the same time. That means that the reverb will be baked into this audio. And then if you wanna add the reverb later in the mixing process, it's gonna be a huge mess. Same thing with speakers. So if you have an echoey room, sound bounces all over the place, you're gonna just hear a sound and a madness at the same time. And I'll give you an example with just a phone. Listen how clean it sounds here. If we play the same thing on a different room, listen how it sounds. You need good headphones. If you listen to that, if you watch this video from the phone, maybe you won't be able to hear the difference. The thing I told you that I would tell you is that you can use a software. There is this company. This is a mic by Sonarworks. What this is a calibration mic. So what you do is that, let me show you the mic. This is a mic. Quite strange. You plug the XLR, this is the front of the mic. So what you do is you plug this mic into your sound interface and you download the software. That you hold the mic here, it determines your listening position and it tries to find what the frequency spectrum of your room is. So you do that, then you go here, then you go back, you go in front of your speakers. Okay, it has to capture around, I think, 50 points. You do that 50 times, and what it does, it tells you what frequency spectrum of your room is, and you may have some peaks, dips in the whole spectrum. And when you press calibrate, it applies the opposite. Like if you have a huge peak at 50 Hz, it's gonna go and lower the dB in that range. It's supposed to make your speakers sound flatter. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button for more content on music production, home studio setups and Byler craziness. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna try this DIY project or if you have any questions. Adios, buenas tardes.